What's going on, everybody? It's Falchion with you once again. And once again, we are here for another Borderless Gaming episode of news, reviews, and whatever other crazy things we do that we don't even really know. Say what's up to the people, Geek.
What's going on? Welcome to
So,
episode 9.
episode 9. Wow, we should do something special for next episode, like a giveaway or something. Already Plank in the chat with waiting with bated breath. I don't know why he's waiting with bated breath. He might be a little bit tired. I don't know. But let's get started. First of all, I want to give some shout outs, some thank yous, some prayers, if you don't mind, if we do that, Geek. Um, First one is going to be a huge thanks to Jim Quinn for the new logos. As you can see, if you're watching on YouTube or in the background, you can see at least part of one. Um, Again, thank you for that. Really appreciate it. Came through for us. What do you think about the logos, Geek? I know I'm putting you on the spot, but be honest, be brutally honest, because that's what he would want for real.
I really like it. And as I'm a tech guy, seeing that he has that on the logo, you can't see it on that one, but on the logo itself, it has like a printed circuit background, a printed circuit board background, what they
Right.
call the traces of a circuit board. So I really like that.
No doubt. He really came through. Um, Good evening, Andrea. Thank you for showing up for the show. I also want to give a big shout out to longtime viewer, 9 episodes long now, but he watched other things for real. I am McLovin on his new addition to the family. Got a little tiny puppy that's like as big as my phone. Like seriously, it's smaller than a Coke can. I wish I had grabbed the picture. It's the puppy is seriously smaller than a Coke can. It's a cute little dog. Um, as
Congrats, McLovin.
as well as he just bought a new house a couple of days ago. So congratulations on that, McLovin. Big things happen in his life. Really happy for you, bro. Uh, Next, speaking of Plank, I want to congratulate him on his successful surgery. I hope he's feeling better. I know how surgeries can be, but I've seen him on Discord. I haven't like actually spoken to him or played anything with him, but I did want to congratulate him on that. That's awesome. Um,
Godspeed on his recovery.
no doubt, no doubt. And speaking of Andrea, congratulations to her on her second bachelor's degree she just got this week. Just came through the mail this week, so I know she's happy about that. I know she was really, really working hard on her schooling or what have you. So, congratulations on your second bachelor's degree. That's big time. And
Woohoo!
one final thing is, man, our thoughts and prayers go out to the people of Texas. I know that every now and again you guys get snow, but it's not very often, and so you're not used to it. I know when we were moving to Arizona, that was the last time when we were driving through Texas they got snow, and it was kind of minor in the grand scheme of when you're dealing with like if you're used to dealing with snow, but this one is bad. Like people are out there dying. So please, if you're out in Texas, be careful. Be mindful. Sitting in your car in a garage. I know that may be a way to warm up and everything, and you guys are looking for any and everything you can do to warm up, but that's dangerous. You're inhaling um, colorless, odorless fumes. Um, that'll kill you quick, and it will kill you without you even really noticing. So just be safe. Know that you guys are Texans. You'll get through this. You always get through everything, and thinking of you. Our prayers go out to you. Um, and so next, we're going to be talking to Geek about some news. What you got for news for us this week, Geek?
Okay, so it's actually something you asked about. So you
Okay.
were asking about that Sony SoC,
Right.
which, if I can get this up quickly, tab, there it goes. So this is pretty complicated, but I'm going to try to make it as simple as I can.
Okay.
Sony had touted that this was their new this new chip, the RDNA 2 set. But when we at the picture that you're looking at, that's still it's like an RDNA 2 chip, but it doesn't have those features that differentiate it from RDNA 1. Meaning these little chips here, that's the memory. And so it's supposed to have this what do they call it? The Infinity architecture with RDNA 2 has a 256-bit transfer rate. Well, these only have 128. So again, that's more akin to the RDNA 1 specs and speeds. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it there. It doesn't go as far as what you would expect if it was RDNA 2.
All right. So let me get into what I've heard, and then maybe you can break it down. Right. So Xbox has RDNA 2 for sure. Right. And so
correct.
then everybody was touting. So did Sony. Because they're both coming from AMD, right? So then it was discovered or something, or it was being said that no, Sony only had RDNA 1.5, right? And then in recent weeks before this happened, people were saying because Sony was proven to be through Digital Foundry's testings, it was looking like Sony was more powerful. People were saying that Sony actually had RDNA 3, which, as I understand it, not even AMD's cards have RDNA 3. So why would they give that to Sony? Now that I think about it, that doesn't even make sense. But anyways, so that people were saying that Sony had RDNA 3, and now with this picture, it's proof positive that it's only RDNA 1, which is the same as the PS4 Pro, which then why did we have to pay $500 for the PS5? So you want to enlighten me? I wasn't even sure about bringing this because it sounds like I'm bagging on PlayStation, and I'm not. I love my PS5. Don't think that I have a problem with it. It does some pretty incredible things. Games look way better than the PS4 Pro. Everything's way faster. So it's doing its job. I don't feel cheated. I'm just wondering what happened here. What's going on? Like, can you explain it? Well, I guess you kind of just did, really, to be honest with you.
Okay, well, a little bit of it is I didn't want to jump on this topic because I've been looking at this topic for a few weeks now. And even Microsoft, when the new generation consoles first came out, some people were saying that PlayStation was more powerful than Microsoft. Microsoft then released an update which improved it, and that I'm getting from Digital Foundry. And a video that they showed of the performance enhancement that update allowed. So where certain software titles were performing better on PlayStation, they now revisited that, and they're now operating clearly better on Xbox Series uh, consoles, S and X. And so there's a performance improvement. So I don't know, and this is why I held off on this topic. I don't know if Sony can implement an update because we still haven't got the SSD running on Sony, and there was some discussion of there's an update coming there to allow for that. So I don't know what other things they can improve on. And I'm sure that they're going to want to improve on this performance hit in ways that I'm not privy to. I think I got it all out there.
Gotcha. So best to leave it alone for right now, right? So you're basically saying.
Well, I don't mind that we talked about it because then we can keep an eye on it. And when it changes, that's a discussion to be had at that time.
Well, this is not to say that anybody should like be upset about their PS5 or what have you. It's still an awesome system. And we also have to remember this is just the beginning of this generation. So hey Evil, welcome to the show. Glad to see you here, bro. So yeah, we'll just I guess see what's going to be happening with that in the future. And so yeah, what about it? Anything else? Any other news you have for us?
Well, we're gonna keep it moving, and then I'll come back with another story in a minute. Let's
All
get
right.
that prepped and ready for you.
So in other news, um Xbox announces that Forza Horizon 4 will be on Steam, and a lot of Xbox gamers are upset about that. I mean, as an Xbox gamer, I know that's not a game that you play, but are you upset about that? Does that bother you?
Forza, Forza, Forza has never been like a major title for me, but as you and I have been talking behind the scenes about racing wheels, I think if I get some of the peripherals, I'll have a better experience with it on it. So then I might be more apt to enjoy it. Yeah, we'll go with that.
But are you upset that an Xbox exclusive game is going to now be on Steam?
Not at all. As a PC gamer, as a Game Pass Ultimate subscriber, no, I'm that's what I want. I mean, that isn't that what Borderless Gaming is all about? We want it everywhere, and we'll pick where the best experience or where the most of our friends are playing, and we can either play there or we can, have multiple copies and play everywhere. So as long as it's available, they haven't shelved it. I'm all for it.
I don't understand. I mean, I
J
guess
Law.
if you are really into your exclusives for your particular console, then I guess you're going to be upset about it. But I don't understand if one thing that for sure is always going to or is going to help keep a game alive is if it's in multiple places. If multiple uh, consoles can play it, and so spreading your game around, not to mention making all that extra money, um, is only good for you. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to help you bring in more players. That's going to make it so that they want to keep developing for it. They're going to want to keep upgrading it. So I don't understand why people are people are upset about it. Outside of, you know, people on the Sony Warriors saying, "Oh, we've got the exclusives," and the Microsoft Warriors not really being able to say anything.
I don't know. I think you moved away from your mic because it went really low.
Oh, let me try and pull it forward here. Yeah, I
Okay, there
actually
you
is
go.
probably kind of me too. But yeah, don't be upset about this. Like, this is a good thing. Microsoft putting their game, or Xbox having their games in multiple places, is a good thing. That means the games that you love are going to be supported because there's a bigger, that it makes for a larger player base. So be happy about it. Don't don't let it don't let it get to you. Evil Scotsman says, yeah, it's very hard to pick up the next gen console and the 30 series GPUs because of scalpers. I managed to get my hands on a Series X last week, but was very lucky to do so. Oh, congratulations, bro. I'm glad to hear that. Really glad to hear that. Um,
Congrats, Evil.
yeah, we're gonna actually talk about the scalpers here a little bit later in the show. They are definitely winning. Um, Also looking back, I missed something. Oh, Kimberly says, good evening, gentlemen, and congratulations to Andrea. Thank you, Kimberly. Good evening to you. We're glad you're here with us. Um, yeah. So, where are we? Oh, next. This is an interesting one here. Is Warner Brothers wins the legal rights to a game mechanic. Have you heard about that?
No.
So, if you've ever played the Lord of the Rings series, they have a game mechanic where the kind of underbosses, I guess you would call them, will remember you and remember what you did to their little minions as you're moving through the game, and will act accordingly. And so it's not the first time that that this has been implemented, but it's the biggest and most well-known way that this has been implemented. And Warner Brothers filed for patent and won. So now no one can use that a game mechanic without permission. Um,
See,
Man,
those are the things that I get sad about.
that's a horrible thing. Like, and the bad thing about it is that if other companies decide to do this, then you're going to be locking games down in a way that, like, company A has a patent on something that company B can no longer use, and it's going to start getting ridiculous. And now there's precedent for it, and um, yeah, pretty soon the way you load a gun is going to be, man, I'm just saddened by it. For real. I can't even.
Oh God. There's J Law. There goes J Law. You got his
Oh
PlayStation
my
panties in a
god,
bunch, Evil.
that's all right. He's gonna, during his move, he's gonna drop his PS5 and break it and be really sad anyway. So, nah, I don't wish that on him. That's me. My bad. My bad. Sorry about that, Jay. But yeah, this is a really really bad news for the industry because think about like something like Metal Gear and their stealth mechanics, or and then Splinter Cell and their stealth mechanics. And if one of them decides to patent, and then so all of a sudden, like the best stealth game can't be in any way duplicated because um, there's a patent on that game mechanic. Like game mechanics should not be patentable. Is that a word? We'll go with it. And but here we go. Like Plank said, weird flex with WB. Yeah, you think Evil Scotsman with a PS5? Really? Nah, you definitely don't know. He's the U of Xboxes, but I don't know because he's going more in Plank's direction with the PC Master Race. Um, it it doesn't, and the thing is, they're not even the first company to, or this isn't the first game to have this game mechanic. Like there have been other games. I think actually one of the metal or some of the Metal Gear games where the enemies remembered what you did to other enemies and prepared themselves accordingly. So that they're doing this, all they're doing is patenting something that somebody else did already in the past. But welcome to gaming, I guess. This is where we are. 2020 and beyond. Gotta love it. So everybody's been talking about scalpers, and turns out that more than 7% of the PS5 sold were sold on well, you know what I mean. Were sold on eBay or StockX. I think StockX is a European version of eBay or something. I don't know. I've never actually heard of it before now. Um, so the scalpers are definitely winning when it comes to selling these consoles. And I mean, how do I say this? I understand. I think, I guess, like a friend of mine um, called me just before the release of the console, or no, just before Christmas. I'm sorry, it was a little bit before Christmas, and he was like, "Did you get any of the new consoles?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got them both." And he was like, "Can you tell me what I need to do to be able to get one?" And I was like, "There's not anything you can really do outside of going to a scalper and paying double, maybe even triple the price." And I was like, "Why? You're not even a gamer like that, so I would just wait." And he told me how he had a friend. He was actually asking for a friend who promised his kids that he would have a PS5 for them for Christmas. And that's either a promise he had to break, or he had to go out and spend a busload of money. I had, yeah, here we go. And as you can see, like even now on eBay, they're going 1,300, almost $1,400. Here's a disc version for 824, discless version for 774,000. I mean, just like these are insane prices, and with everything going on with the Xbox, or not the Xbox, but the PlayStation right now, these prices are made to be even more ridiculous. If you take into account the the stories we have coming up. I'm trying not to get into it. I guess we can actually jump into it with it. Sony has the class action lawsuit against Sony for their stick drift is going forward. So you think about that, and a lot of people, like Geek's best friend is what's his name, Rich of Review Tech. Not really, but he definitely watches that guy.
Don't start that. Not my best friend.
Oh, that guy gets. Anyways, we're not even gonna get into that. But like Rich was saying how he doesn't see the issue like that, or people are jumping on this too soon or what have you. But in fact, the problem isn't. I mean, stick drift is a problem. Don't get me wrong, for sure. But the bigger problem is that I think he's missing is you pay all this money for a console, and then the way Sony handles it is you have to pay to send your controller in to have them fix it. And yeah, they pay to send it back, but so that's an extra amount of money, even if it's just $1, and it's not, of course, but even if it were just $1, that's an extra amount of money that you have to pay to play your game. And if you can't go out for whatever reason and get a new controller for all that time that you're without your controller, you're not playing your console. You can't play because that's your only interface, right? So yeah, I understand the lawsuit. I understand why they're going forward with it. I get it. It sucks. Sony kind of needs to look to their competitors right now and say, hey, Microsoft has in their suite um to where you can program your sticks on your controllers as well as all your buttons and everything. Maybe we should do that if you're going to have an issue, if there's going to be an issue with stick drift. Um, and then, so tying this into the whole scalper thing, imagine paying all that extra money to get one and then having these kind of issues. And these issues are coming up more and more. And then today I just heard about the the forever battery life of the PS5 controllers. Have you heard about this?
Yes.
To where the battery life for the total life of a controller of the PS5 is 400 total hours. So 400 hours before the battery is so worn that it's no longer, you can no longer charge it. That's an issue.
Yeah,
And
that's short.
I am J Law. Can Jay type in to the chat for me, please, your total playtime on both Arc and Warframe? If you do that for me, please. Understanding that he only plays these games, or what he's going to type into the chat are his times on the PS4 to this point. Maybe a little, maybe add 20 hours or something for the PS5 or something. But if he'll type that in, hopefully he's still here. He'll type that into the chat. You'll see where this can be a real issue. Um, but yeah, that, not to mention the what is it? The triggers failing on the new controller. I'm kind of wondering, did they test these things before they sent them out? So J Law has 3,000 plus hours over these two games, right? Um, and so imagine how many PS5 controllers. I mean, you can do the math to see how many PS5 controllers. Actually, Andrea can do the math with her new bachelor's degree on how many PS5 controllers he would have gone through in this amount of time. Link says they pulled an Apple and built in an expiration. Um, I guess I mean their new haptics and adaptive triggers does put a new type of strain on the controllers on the battery life. Um, actually, I, I spoke to Jay Law about this a little bit earlier, um, but and I didn't think about this. Jay, what are you thinking about those Duracell batteries now, bro? Ooh, too soon? Too soon? Yeah, you know. Yeah, I guess that's why Xbox still uses disposable batteries and battery packs for their controllers. But so yeah, Sony's gonna probably get hit pretty hard um, in this class action lawsuit, and will probably be facing more if they decide to break up all the issues um, as just floating around this controller, their new controller, which kind of sucks because it's an amazing controller. It's an absolutely amazing controller to play with. And I've lost myself. Oh, here's an interesting story here. PlayStation Universe speculates that Rainbow Six, what was called Quarantine, but is now going by the name of Parasite. But Parasite isn't the final name either. Um, but PlayStation Universe speculates, it's a website or whatever, speculates that this is going to be a title announced for the March PS Plus. So they're saying for March, like in a few days, Rainbow Six Parasite, as it's named in this moment, will be one of their titles. What do you think about that?
I don't know why but I got out of Rainbow Six, but um there's been a lot of new content discussed for Rainbow Six. And so I'm excited about it because looking at the lifespan of that game and the fact that they keep implementing more DLC makes it a worthwhile investment to buy that game. Now I'm looking at other games funny, going, why is this game so short? You bought it, you played it, you ended it, and it's gone. And I'm going, look at Rainbow Six. So it doesn't have to end. It can continue. So now I feel like I'm getting my money's worth with Rainbow Six, and I'm getting less than with other titles.
It's
Sorry, that was a
crazy.
lot, but I wanted to get that rant out.
No, it's all good. Um, my issue is, I mean, Rainbow Six is a great game, and you got out of it because the last time you played, I remember it well. We were defending a bomb, and you left the room of the bomb, and you went into the next room next to it, right? Where I was laying on the ground. I was covering the door of the room that the bomb was in, and you were in the next room, and you forgot that, hey, and you were defending from anybody trying to breach the wall from that room. And you forgot that, hey, any bullet that misses a target that I'm shooting at was going to go through that wall. And you set up right up against that wall on the other side, and I killed you. That's the last time you played. I remember it well. because there's such wall penetration on that game. But that's why. But the thought that Ubisoft would a not give us much information on a brand new game that they have coming out, not even have its final name yet, and then be handed over to PS Plus to have as a free game, a free monthly game, doesn't make sense to me. Like, wouldn't they have promoted it a lot more? Like, I've seen a little bit about this game, but not much. They just changed the name because obviously quarantine isn't going to sit right with non gamers. Because let's face it, gamers don't really care if it's named quarantine and everybody's in quarantine right now. But, um, and so for them not to even have, for them to have not settled on a final name yet, they haven't really shown much about the game. It's a, instead of it being like uh, Rainbow Six Siege, which was a competitive game, this is going to be more of a cooperative game. It's a 3-person co-op, which I'm extremely excited about for this game. Like, Rainbow Six is a great game for that. And there's an infestation, but outside of that, we don't really know anything about the game. So for PlayStation Universe to think that it's coming in less than a week, or maybe a little bit more than a week, um, as a free game on PlayStation is mind-boggling to me. Now, don't get me wrong, if it were to happen, I'd be very happy about it. I mean, but I kind of doubt it, and I just wanted to get your thoughts on, do you think that's a possibility? Is there a way that you can explain to me that that makes any kind of sense?
Okay, there was a lot there. What part of it do you want to know if it makes sense?
For Ubisoft to have not announced, not giving much information at all about a new game that they're coming out, that they're releasing, brand new, it hasn't been released yet. They haven't settled on a final name for it yet, and we have very little information about it. But this publication is announcing to the world that it's going to be a PlayStation Plus title in just a few days, a week or something.
I don't. If you're already in the PlayStation ecosystem, and so I'm definitely directing this at J Law. If you're in the PlayStation ecosystem and you have Plus, then it doesn't cost you anything extra, and that's a try it kind of game. If you're already subscribed to PlayStation Plus, it doesn't cost you anything extra, I'm hoping. And so why wouldn't I just give it a shot? I mean, that's a
No,
value add to Plus.
no, that's not what I'm asking is, why would Ubisoft put this game that they haven't fully announced yet, they haven't hyped in any way, they've just said, hey, we have this game coming at some point. Why would they give that to be a free game of the month in a few days on PlayStation or on X? I mean, why would they do it on Xbox? Or, I mean, well, unless it was in Game Pass, then I guess Sony would. It's not even being the fact that it's going to be on PlayStation Plus so much as, and they haven't hyped the game whatsoever. Like, what do you know about the game, right? So you're a fan of Rainbow Six. You said you've fallen away from it recently, but Rainbow Six is a big name game. So for this news outlet to say it's coming in a few days and it's going to be free on PlayStation, doesn't make sense to me. Like, what I'm asking you is there a way that you can justify to me that Ubisoft, this big company, would release a game kind of mostly unknown in a few days? Like, there's no time to hype it up now. The only hype that there would be, and it's going to be a multi-platform game. We all know this. So the only hype would be that it's from PlayStation players, and that they got it for free. And then if they like it, they would hype it, and then people who don't have a PlayStation would probably buy it on either PC or Xbox. See what I'm saying?
I do. And I'm okay with it. I don't want to know everything about every game because we always get told all of these things and we get to the game and we get some or none of what they promised. I like going back to the old way, word of mouth about a game. And if you give it to PlayStation people, I'm always gonna whenever I refer to PlayStation, always gonna refer to J Law. You give it to PlayStation people, and they get to hype it or talk about it, and then it comes to any other platform or all other platforms. I'm okay with that. I
So
don't.
you believe this is a real possibility? Then this could be the truth. Like, it could be coming in a let's say a week in March, as a new game on PS Plus.
But how is it coming? Is it coming as a demo? Is it coming as a beta? You
No,
know,
as a full game on PlayStation Plus. That's what I'm saying. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. They have Ubisoft has this title that they haven't. They basically said nothing about to this point, and now this news outlet is saying it's coming in a week on the PlayStation for free. I like it's coming to PlayStation for free. I like that. That part I like. Yes, please. That is coming without any fanfare is weird to me. That's like we heard about, and this may be the problem. We heard about all these other games. I mean, like, what do you call it? Cyberpunk was very hyped, overly hyped. I mean, if we're just sticking to no, this is a new title. Hey, Lady A, how are you doing? Um, we heard
good
about
evening, Lady A.
how Ghost Recon Breakpoint launched to in a disappointing way to most people. I didn't find it disappointing, but I play in a very weird way, so it wouldn't be disappointing. I mean, I make my own fun out of it. Um, and maybe that's it. Maybe they didn't want to hype it up too much, but I can't see that. Like, Rainbow Six Siege is a huge esport title, right? Huge. So why would they release this brand new game, not DLC, not a beta, not anything like that? Um, it's a full game. No, it's not an esport title anymore. It's a three-person co-op now. That's the new format. Um, it finally made it. Um, and so that's my question. Why are they releasing it to no fanfare whatsoever? We don't know anything about it. They don't even have a final title for the game. It's Rainbow Six. Right now it's Parasite, but they're saying even here, they're saying Rainbow Six Quarantine's new name isn't Parasite. That's just a placeholder right now. Parasite is just a placeholder right now. So it doesn't strike anybody as odd that It's going to PS Plus. To no fanfare, no hype, no nothing. Just we're going for it. I don't know. It was just weird to me. So I'm gonna move on because it seems like it's just weird to me. I'm hyping on something that, yeah. In other news, Stadia claims that they are having to shut down their first party studios, or one of the reasons is because of Microsoft buying up Bethesda, or ZeniMax is actually what it is. I'm good, Lady A. How are you? Have you heard about this? This claim from the head of Stadia?
But what I heard was that was just speculation.
No, he came out and he said that because Microsoft, or one of the reasons they had to shut down their first party studios without any explanation, is because Microsoft uh, acquired ZeniMax and all its studios or what have you, and like, yeah, Stadia is still hanging on barely. Um, and like, my question is, why? Like, if Microsoft is buying up studios, then you're probably going to want to hold on to any studio that you own, because you're going to need games without having to rely on anybody else, or Microsoft. And now you've just forced yourself into a position where you only all you can do is rely on third parties. Like, you can't produce any of your games. Nobody, honestly, not very many people have Stadia, but Stadia is owned by Google, and Google can afford to throw as much money at it as they choose. But the problem is, okay, so you know me, and you've talked to me about Stadia. I have said from the beginning, Stadia is a bad business model, right? You can't ask people to pay for a monthly service and pay for every game that they're gonna, or not every game, but almost every game that they're gonna get, any game that you really want. Um, that you have to pay for the monthly service, the games at a little bit more than what the games would cost you for any other system, and it's a cloud-based service. So if your service fails, as in if Stadia goes out of business, you lose all that money. I mean, you lose all your games. So all that money. So, and plus, Google has a really bad habit of being very short-sighted, wanting everything now. I think we talked about it last week. It's like me and Amazon. I want my 2-day shipping on whatever I order from now on. It doesn't matter who I order it from. I get a little upset if I don't get my order in 2 days. It's my own issue, and logically I understand, but Google is the same. If they don't get all their money right out the break, then they abandon their their um their things. They abandon Google Glass. There's actually a website, and man, I forgot to find out what it was again. I think we were supposed to talk about that this week or something. Um, there's a website of that list everything that Google has abandoned. You know that, like, Minecraft, right? I have no desire to play Minecraft. That's not to say Minecraft is a bad game, but understand, I've been gaming since the literal beginning of gaming. And Minecraft displays graphics that we fought really hard to get away from to get to where we are now. So I don't want to take that step back. Now, I understand for kids today, young people today, the the graphics of Minecraft are cool and everything. Um, so yeah, it's it's new to them. To me, it's like what we tried to leave behind, right? So, but I would have played Minecraft. Remember when they showed Google Glass and it was at an E3 a number of years ago, and they had built up this Minecraft. It was on a table, and they were digging into it and going down levels and everything. I don't know if anybody saw that, maybe just me, but I would have played Minecraft just to be able to do that. If that was the only game that you could do it with, I would have done. I would have got Minecraft for that. Um, but they abandoned it. Like they abandoned way too many things, and so now they've abandoned their first party titles or studios, and they're saying that is because one of the reasons is because Microsoft bought Bethesda. Like, really? That doesn't even make sense. People says he doubts Microsoft buying Bethesda, etc. will change things. He doesn't think any of the upcoming games from them will be made exclusive because Microsoft bought. I agree. A lot of people are worried that Microsoft is going to make all of Bethesda games and the rest of those, and I think they will do some games, but not like Fallout or uh, the Oblivion series or what have you. Those games are just too big, and there's too much money to be made on all the systems. I think they'll be. No, this isn't Microsoft. No, this is just Stadia blaming Microsoft for their woes. That really has nothing to do with anything except for the fact that Google is impatient and they want all the money right now. And Stadia didn't make their money very fast. I mean, don't get me wrong, Stadia as a platform, you know, if you remove how you have to pay for it, it's good. Like they didn't come through on a lot of their promises, and I guess there's still time for that, but it's a very stable platform. Um, it played uh, Cyberpunk the second best, like behind a super high end PC. It was better on Stadia than anywhere else. Um, so they could have, but like I said, it's just a matter of they didn't make their money fast enough. Phil Spencer has always said that it shouldn't matter what people play on and that they should be able to play together. I agree. Look at crossplay that has always been blocked by Sony's side so many times. That's true. Luckily, Sony is kind of coming around. I think, even to the point where they're putting one of their first party titles on Xbox, even if it is just a baseball game. Not dissing baseball for anybody that likes baseball games, but I want to play baseball on a console, but I don't want to play football on a console anymore either. So, just me. I'm positive that Minecraft is the biggest title of all time. If not, it's damn close. You're probably right, but for me, just I remember 8-bit graphics and then the excitement when 16-bit graphics came out and the excitement every time, so on and so forth, all the way through. And I don't want to take that step back. That's why, like, all this talk about backwards compatibility, I'm like, yeah, and so cool. All right, that's It's all right, but I'm not interested. I don't want to move backwards. But yeah, I believe they are improving. Destiny 2 is getting crossplay this. Wow, I did not know that. Lady A, shout out. What's up? Destiny 2 getting crossplay. So see that you and Lady A have a story. So let's get into that. What's up? Tell me, geek. What
Yeah, I did hear about that.
what is your story?
Excuse me.
What's this? What's this? What's this all about?
Well, since Lady A blew the surprise, that was one of the stories that I have coming up was about Outriders, and I was going to ask if you heard about it and if you were getting on the early game.
Hadn't heard about it.
Okay, so Outriders is coming out as a demo, not a beta, so that we can stream it. Um, it's a game, and it's kind of akin to Destiny in a way. It is an RPG, and it is, but there's a whole thing with this because now I'm looking into it because they say if you play the demo on a certain platform and it only goes so far, you can get to, I believe, like a level 7. And then if you buy the game, that will transfer over. But you got to be careful if you demo it on Square M, Square Enix, and then you purchase it on the Epic Game Store, you lose your progress. You have to get it on the same platform. So there was some things like about what you can get, how far you can go. Um, I only watched one video on it, and he laid it out pretty good as to what you could do and how that whole maintaining your character progression goes. So I really need to watch that again. But yes, I'm excited for it, Lady A. Yeah, yeah, it's a little. Well, let's not talk about Anthem, Lady A. You know I get triggered, but yeah, it looks fun, especially for the D2 crowd.
And the demo is that for pre-orders only, or is that for everybody?
No, it is for everybody. Anybody can demo it. You don't have to pre-order to get the demo.
Cool.
That was expressly made clear.
Looks like you got Evil on board. Um, I mean, it sounds interesting. The cross between E2, Anthem, and Call of Duty. Call of Duty is kind of well, no, I don't know. Call of Duty is good in depending on what you play. The main multiplayer is kind of annoying with the spawn flips, but the overarching war that they have going on is good. I enjoy that, to be honest with you.
And I might add for Falchion's wheelhouse, it also had a remnants of Warframe in the way that it played.
Oh, you probably just hooked loving with that. I actually liked a lot. I liked the movement in Anthem, so I mean, I'll check it out if it's a free demo. There's no reason not to, and it's cool that if they're allowing you to stream it. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of hype around it. A lot of people looking into it. I mean, I miss the days when companies would let you demo their games before buying. So that's really exciting. Dang, I forgot some stuff.
Or Anthem like, and a little bit, like I said, Warframe like. Because the way that when I was watching the video of it earlier, the way that they were dropping uh, the gear pieces and those kind of power ups. Because I was watching Falchion play Warframe, one of his videos of Warframe playthrough, and this and it then I watched this and it reminded me exactly of that.
You can't go wrong with Warframe. Well, Warframe is a beast in and of itself. Like that's a really good model.
That's not true, J Law. I really wanted Anthem, and then I played the beta, and I felt like so much was missing as far as the hype that came before it, which is why I bag on it so much because I really wanted it to be such a good game. I wanted it to be a D2 killer, and it let me down.
Anthem. I'm curious as to what they're gonna do now. I know there was like this big um to do about whether or not they're gonna continue on. They're supposed to announce it this week actually, whether or not they're gonna continue on with the revisions to the game or if they're just gonna let it go. If they can make it right, then I hope I really hope and pray that they do make it right because it was a like I said, the movement in the game was fun. Like that part of it was fun. The fact that they force you to play with other people, I don't like that. That is just a mistake because one thing that can make a game really less than fun is being forced to play with people that don't have your state of mind when they're playing. That can make the game really bad, at least for me. And then the fact that like you were being forced to play with people who knew what they were doing, like who had already played through this part of the game, but had to replay it for whatever reason. And so they would leap really far ahead of you, knowing what they were doing, and you would get yanked to them. So then you missed this whole chunk of the game because they pulled you so far forward. Hated that. Seen a new Thrustmaster F1 rim coming out this year. I will have to send you a DM. No, I haven't seen it. My Thrustmaster, my wheel is not working right. So I was looking at Fanatec, to be honest with you. So yeah, actually I was gonna get in touch with you about that. So if no, you can't really say that it's an EA I mean, EA has their issues, don't get me wrong, but EA also has their games that are good, like that latest Star Wars um is amazing. And that they did it for only like $40 or whatever it was, I can't remember, 40 or $50, and that um they didn't put any of their usual mess into it. And they made it VR and they just went all out on it and were very gamer friendly in it. Shows that EA can do good and put out good games, but yeah, there are definitely some of their things that are just I really can't say anything about. Yeah, I guess I can't really argue too much about you. I mean, with you about it because they do some terrible things, but uh, yeah. So what's this? What you got? What do you have going on here?
Well, another game that I want to check out is Medium in the way that it reminds me of Control, and it's a game that seems like there's a story here that I would like to get into.
I'm definitely interested in playing the medium, and I really don't know why I haven't yet, since it's on Game Pass.
Because like
Oh,
there are just
man.
good sequences in this game, and and I like story driven games.
Yeah, and it has a unique play style to where you're playing as her in the normal world and then her in the spirit realm at the same time.
Right. It goes
That's
back and forth.
yeah. Wow. EA
I'm
buys
really
out
interested to see
Codemasters. That's crazy. That's that could be bad. That could be really bad. But
what could be bad.
EA bought out Codemasters, and so like a lot of the racing titles that we play are Codemasters, and so and F1 especially is one of those games where you don't have to, but I'm going to say you have to update once a year to keep up with, the new kind of like Madden or a baseball game or a basketball game or what have you. Um, so yeah, got their hands on that. That could be dangerous. But yeah, um, you said you had something for Battlefield.
Yes, sir. This, this. Yes, sir, I do. I was hoping that we would have Lewis online here because he's all about some Battlefield. Some of the greatest gameplay I had with Lewis was in Battlefield.
Are they coming back up to Modern Warfare? Is that what I'm seeing here?
Yes,
Finally. Are we allowed to play that trailer?
I'm not so sure, so I'm not even going to attempt it. Now you can sneak up on people and you could stun them.
That's super cool. Uh, all of them, Lady A. Me personally, I would test it on all of them. See see where the best place to play it is.
Well, like I said, with Outriders, I have to double check where there's continuity so that you can get it, play it, and then if you buy it, which if it's a good game, I intend to, and I want to make sure that I demo it somewhere that I can keep all of my progression arc. And then once you get, because there are certain things, items that you get that unlock certain abilities that once you buy the game, then you can already have those things, like in a stash, for lack of a better term, and you could utilize them. So I plan on demoing it and then purchasing it, unless it anthems me and underwhelms me.
Yeah, I mean, if they have the confidence to demo it though, to let everybody demo it, then that's good. And oh man, Evil says he's getting Battlefield 6, though I'm not, because he likes to put herbals in your mouth. I'll let him explain that. No, I'm getting it for real. But Evil is the master of the tea bag, so just be ready for that if you should ever play against him. Luckily, he was always on my team. So
That was a good thing.
you
And I
got
wanted to
anything?
make. Go ahead. I'm sorry about that.
No, I was asking you if you had anything else. Go ahead.
I wanted to make sure that you saw that it has a battle royale mode. So I know that's not your thing specifically, but there are so many people that enjoy that.
I mean, I enjoy battle royales. Don't get me wrong; they're not the end all be all for me, but I think they're fun. I enjoy playing them, and they're definitely like in the realm of say Call of Duty. It's a good thing to where you don't have to, like I said, worry about that whole spawn flip coming from my dog tags. See, I'm just gonna always be on your team because, like I said, I don't want herbals in my mouth. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's exciting. That's exciting news. I know there's just a lot of, and here's the thing, like you're talking about Lewis. You know, I don't know if you've ever played Battlefield with Evil, but there's Evil and like his whole Scottish crew that play it. So I mean, this can be a lot of people. We could really form a huge community around this game, just for all the people that I myself know who love to play it. And then so you go on into the orbits of all those other people that love to play it as well. And if it's good, we could have huge games. And so I guess that begs the question, because I haven't seen anything on this. What size multiplayer are they gonna like planning to have? I mean, I guess if they're gonna have
120 players.
okay, so that's see, Blake, you say that, but you're on PC until you find an Xbox. So once you get that Xbox, then you're leaving that PC around. You're leaving that PC behind. So I'm not even. That's not even an issue. So Plank will be joining us. Oh, okay. So man, I don't even remember that. But yeah, he played. Evil played. Maybe that's how you guys met. Played Hardline with us back in the day.
Yeah, that's how Lewis knows him.
Yeah, Plank, because you're good with the controller. That's why your fingers look all. That's probably why you had to have surgery. No, no, I'm just, that's not why you had to have surgery. Oh goodness.
J Law, his Johnny come lately. Falchion is trying to relive the Graw 2 days.
So
That's way before your time there, J Law.
So actually, there's not much on it, but I heard that they're actually making a new SOCOM for the PS5. So fingers crossed on that. I would really love that to be a thing. Because yeah, you're right. I am trying to recreate what we had on SOCOM and Graw 2 and the early days of Call of Duty and all of that. Like I'm ready to have a big team again, to where no matter when I get on to play, there's always a bunch of people on ready to play. So, yeah, you're right. I admit it. I happily admit it. So, and let this game be cross-platform where we can play with everybody. Because Call of Duty already has shown that that can be somewhat of a success, even though the PC Master Race feels the need to cheat all the time. Plank. Not saying that Plank cheats, but he's PC Master Race. So if we can just chill them out, everybody just play fairly. You know, you guys don't have to import programs that let you see through walls and stuff. Then we can all just have a Merry Christmas. Yeah, but you're right. I do. I want it. I want that again. I would love to have just a big group of players to play with, to know that whenever I get on, there's uh, somebody ready to roll. Like a lot of people ready to roll. I miss that. Like that was. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, Jay. Like that wasn't fun for you. You didn't enjoy that. You know, I mean, Geek hated Six over it, but that was just between him and Six. You know.
I did not hate 6.
Oh my goodness, man! I
That was
miss.
hard even just to say, to get that out my mouth. Whew.
Hey,
Did not, and I do not hate 6.
Plank wants to know if you and Lady A are ready to rep.
For sure. For sure. I'm a big when I left Call of Duty, Battlefield became so much of the better game to me. For the realism, for the bullet drop. I remember being a sniper in the mountains and, the attackers, I never rage quit, J Law.
Hey, he
I
called
think I
you out.
rage quit I think I rage quit once in life. Like I don't that's not something I do.
He said Six used to touch you on your nerves.
You know, not like
Oh
Falchion,
man,
J Law. I
I
piss
used
Falchion off all the time and he doesn't rage quit, but he just runs off and leaves my ass. So there's that.
to argue all the time. That's
Don't encourage them, Lady A.
oh goodness. All right, guys. Well, man, it's an hour and 20 minutes in. Oh, Plank fires back. Plank fires back. J Law raging on Ark. He said you can't even speak to the man. Oh my goodness. Everybody has a story about somebody rage quitting. That is funny. That's hilarious. Oh man. Yeah, we there needs to be a game where we can all get on together and have some fun. Um and maybe it'll be Battlefield. But is Battlefield something you play, Lady A? I don't know. Um
Build a fence.
the only the I know you play Destiny and the Division. Does does Battlefield play into that for you? Yeah, that was funny. Flint kept telling Jay Law to build a fence, and then he didn't, and like Gigas came and wrecked his whole world, and Jay was like, "I'm done, taking my ball, and I'm going home." Never got back on the PC again. But yeah, guys. We can hopefully we can all find a way to get into. I don't even care what it is, to be honest with you. Just I want a huge community. I want a huge community, and Jay and Geek can attest to this. The community that we had started off with, and I can only speak from my perception. Um, started off with us and our crew, and then like we got into like SOCOM, for instance. Actually, big ups to Geek on that. That was his call to go from the Xbox to the PlayStation to play SOCOM. And then pulled in other crews and just grew and grew and grew to the point where man, we were bursting at the seams, and we were playing every day, and there was never a time when I got on that there wasn't at least a few people to play with. And I admittedly I miss that, and I would love to be able to get back to that and do that again and have that, I don't know, for lack of a better term, gaming security, where you just know that whenever you get on the play, you're gonna have fun because you're not gonna be by yourself. You're not gonna have to be with a bunch of people that are not like minded with you as far as gaming goes. And yeah, so I would love that to be Battlefield 6, but I would love that to just be anything, to be honest with you. It, I don't even care. Just give me a good cross platform game where everybody can be on their platform of choice, meet up with all their friends no matter where they play, and do the thing. Just enjoy themselves. I mean, and right now Call of Duty, like I said, is doing that big, but now he doesn't want to play Conan. Actually, I gotta admit that Conan is a fun game. But yeah. So winding it down, Geek, where can people find you? Oh, you thought I forgot.
Yeah, I did. I was all prepared to jump in with that. Um, I can be found at Geekmaster, so GKMSTR on YouTube, and there's still my Twitch, which I'm deciding if I'm going to revive again at GKMSTR. Um, Next week I'll probably have a signage to pull up to say my my gamer tag on I want to say StreamYards. Wow, on Epic and on Steam
Actually, that's why
and
I
my
wanted to get you in early, and we got into other things, and I forgot because I was gonna wanted to do this for you as well. But yeah, so
right because you're Borderless Game. So um that's the thing, and we gotta get Lady A in on either it's gonna be Outriders or well Battlefield is not till I believe the summer, but I definitely would like to get that community thing going.
yeah. Lady A says she doesn't see us guys. Well, why is that?
Yeah, Lady A blocked me because I be on and I see that she's on, but I don't get an invitation. So
Lady A
I think
is a big
she
game.
put me in the naughty corner.
She's got
I'm
too
on
many.
timeout or something. Go ahead, Fauci.
She's just got too many people. She doesn't have time for everybody. I get it. I got you, Lady A. I understand. You've been playing Xbox the Division 2. Look, he said, "Hey, Lady A, J Law will play with you on the PlayStation if you want to go over there."
You know, she's on this female power thing. So she be playing with Cruising the Cure and Impasta. so they don't want to let a guy in. I don't know.
Got her girl squad. Cool. Like I said, hopefully, yeah. Let's actually, guys, if you're willing, put your gamer names in the and what system you're playing on in the comments. Let everybody know like how they can hook up with you if you're interested in hooking up with anybody else. This is me right here. Find me on PlayStation, Steam, Twitch at 757, Falchion 757, Xbox is Falchion GSA with a space, and on YouTube right here at Borderless Gaming. And yeah, let's grow. Let's grow. Let's play with it. Oh, that almost just sounded really wrong. Um, let's game together and let's find those games. Let's seek out those games that are cross platform so that we can meet. Actually, Evil, been meaning to ask you uh if you guys got your server up and going yet. Um, I know like the last time we spoke, you guys were still testing, and um, I didn't hear, I hadn't heard anything more about it. So yeah, so yeah, here we go. I love it. I'm loving it. Yes, this is a beautiful thing. Look, I'm happy right now. See all you guys doing it. Thank you. I appreciate it, guys. Means the world to me. And so, if there is nothing else from Geek, is there?
No, sir.
Good. Then cool. Well, we'll call it right here at 1 hour and 30 minutes in. Thank you guys for coming in and watching. If you're watching this later on like a video on demand type thing, thank you for doing that. Um, please remember, even if you're watching later, to go ahead and put your gaming title in the comments, and hopefully we can all get together and figure it all out and grow. And if that's it, till next time, I'm Falchion. You know me. I'm Ghost. Two fingers is peace. Later.
Thanks, guys.